Are you happy with where the defense is at here the first week of camp?
Very happy, very happy. So just to think it's year one in the system with the new coaching staff and to see where our guys are at mentally and going out there to execute at a high level. We're 3 days in, and I feel like a majority of our package is already in. So the recall from the spring and the extra work that these guys have put in over the summer has really paid off these first 3 days.
During the game, your signal in defense, is there somebody that's going to call the defense in the huddle?
Everything's communication, right? So I think everybody, once they get the call, needs to pass it on down the line. Just even today, we practiced the red area and the far side of the field, the corners. We can only go so far in the box on the sideline. So everybody's got to. The corner may not be able to see me, so therefore everybody's got to echo that call down. So I think it's more of a it takes a village for the defense to have success. So everybody's going to echo that thing down the line of scrimmage.
From a secondary perspective, added a lot of new guys. Just how the transfers, the freshmen, kind of mixed in with this thing, and hopefully catch up to the guys who were here in the spring.
Yeah, so there are a lot of new faces there, so which is nice. I think they're starting to get a hang of how we coach, like how we operate as a unit, and they're just going to go out there and play how they've been playing. So if we're getting used to them, they're getting used to us, and I really like the new additions that we've been able to add. I think we've added more depth, and I think we've upgraded in certain areas, and I think guys are very competitive, and the competitive nature of all these guys is leading to a lot of competition within that room. So, which only helps the team, So I'm excited to see what those guys can do. They're 3 days in, and they're playing at a high level.
What have you seen from OC Brothers to start camp, and then what do you kind of expect from him during the season?
He's an older veteran guy. He's able to talk to guys and have relationships with them, and I just expect that to carry forward. We talked to the defense at the beginning of the summer, and even more so these last couple of weeks, is the best defenses that anybody's ever been around are player-led. So we need leaders on this defense, and OC needs to be one of those guys. And if we're the ones that have to motivate every single day, now we're spending more time motivating rather than coaching. So we got to be able to have player-led defense, and he needs to be that type of guy.
From a depth perspective, obviously much different from the spring in a lot of positions, mainly D-line. How big is that where, you've got the depth there now that you can rely on?
Oh, it's great. It's great, man. We've added some up front. We've added a lot bigger bodies. I think it's good. Big people beat up little people, especially in the Big Ten. So we've been able to add to our room in that sense. And, we get a lot of guys back that were missing in the spring from injury. So, just seeing those types of guys back on the field and what they could do on the field from what you saw on film last year. And now to see how they're executing within the package right now, it's been very exciting. So, like the front seven, I'm excited as hell about those guys because I think the physicality of which we're going to approach this game, and they have that. And now every day we just got to keep poking and poking to get it out of them.
Hey, for you, how excited are you to get back to play calling, something you've done before, but calling the plays, how exciting is that for you?
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm super excited. It's something that I love to do, and I think with the last 2 years with Coach Walters, I learned a lot from what he does, how he does it, why he does it, and now we have both of us together. I think we're just going to continue to build this thing together. I think Coach Walt, he's got to be a head coach, and he's going to pass the reins along. But shoot, he's pretty good at what he did, so I'm going to take all info and advice and move with it. So, but no, it's an exciting time, and I know the stuff that we want to get accomplished, and I have personal goals that we want this defense to be really great, and Walt knows exactly what those are, and he's going to help.
Will you be on the field or upstairs?
Plan is to be on the field.
Who will be your eyes in the sky?
We're debating right now. We'll see how it goes. I think Grant O'Brien's got a great feel for all ends of the defense. And I think as camp goes on, we're going to get ourselves in different scenarios where we're going to be able to put guys up to see how it looks and how we feel and just communicate. So I have a general idea of where we're going to go, but I feel like we need to test the waters on some of them.
There was some buzz about Will Held and Dylan Thieneman, true freshmen, who look like they may be able to carve out a role this fall. You think that's still the case? And are there any other true freshmen that you think maybe could carve out a role?
Yeah, I think Dylan has played at a very high level since the day he got here, and he's just continued to get better and better and better. So I think, as knock on wood, he continues to progress and do things that he should. I would expect him to have, some type of role within our program, and then, Will got a lot of exposure last of the spring because we had some guys that were out, and he took advantage of it. So I think he's put himself in a position to have some success as well. So I think, as the season's going to be long, I think we're going to count on everybody at some point in time, and those guys have been here this spring to get a little bit of a kickstart on learning how to practice, learning what the system is, has only helped them, and it's going to allow them to hit the field when necessary.
For you and Ryan, why do you guys believe in the defensive scheme you have set up here? Obviously, the proof is in the pudding from last year at Illinois, but why do you guys believe that it'll be successful?
I think, just schematically, it poses problems, for offenses. They don't see it every day. It's like playing the Navy. It's like triple option. People don't see that stuff every day anymore, so they have to change their whole perspective on things and how to play defense against it. So I think everybody's running 4 down and a true 3-4, and we're not that. So everybody schemes us up a little bit differently, and it's just we're the one game of the year that everybody's got to prepare for differently than everyone else. So I think that part gives us a little bit of an edge, and I think we sell it to our guys is if all you can ask for is a one-on-one in college football. And if you can win a one-on-one, you're going to have a lot of success and make plays, and we've been able to do that in the past. So I think, with all that being said, it gives guys confidence. It gives guys, hey, look, it's all me. But at the same time, it gives offenses issues. So that's where I just think it's unique. It's different. And Iowa State started a 3-3 stack however many years ago, and look where that thing's gone. And we'll see where this defense goes, but I feel pretty good about it.
A lot of people, Kevin, thought the outside linebacker room may be the most talented on this defense. You think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with it. I think coming out of the spring, we felt really good about that position, and I think coming into camp with the additions back with KJ coming back off of injury, he's shown to do what he did last year right now. So I'm excited to see where he's at. So we've added some depth along the way, but we've added a lot of new people here, and we're 3 practices in, and they've performed at a high level already. But I think some of these new positions it's gonna allow those guys to have a lot of success, because you can't just we got to worry about number 5, or we're going to worry about number 4. We got to worry about this guy, and that guy. So the one-on-ones will prevail. So I think we are set up for success at certain spots. I think definitely the outside backers are primed and ready.
Your position group, inside backers, not a lot of guys that have had in-game reps, but what do you like about that unit?
I think these guys are eager, because of that. And I think there's some new faces along the way, and they want to show themselves and prove themselves. OC's had some reps in the past, and Clyde's had some reps in the past, but Clyde's coming off of an injury. He's building confidence back up in himself. And then Yanni Karloftis has kind of taken steps every day from the spring to now. So, I'm excited to see where those 3 can kind of take this position, and we're building depth with some of these younger guys coming up too. So I think with Don Moon and Owen Davis, those guys are, again, we're 3 practices in, and I think we're only going to continue to get better within the system.
Do you anticipate some guys like Sanusi that are, you cross-train guys at different positions that, if something happens or you face a certain offensive scheme, there's flexibility where you can move guys around?
Yeah, you never say never, right? So the beauty of this system is there's a lot of crossover and carryover within personnel groups. So you might be at this position in one defense, but the next position, and in a different personnel grouping, it's the same defense, but a different person's in that same spot. So it's a lot of carryover in that. And I think if you're a smart football player and you can just run to the ball, you're gonna have a chance for success. So if we need to have that type of conversations, we always can.
We saw Sanusi doing drills at inside linebacker and safety. Can you just talk a little bit about what his role will be in the defense?
Oh yeah, he's definitely a safety. There's certain areas and certain calls where those guys got to work in tandem together. So we got to practice all the scenarios. And, but he's definitely a back end guy for us. And just with the uniqueness of our defense, he's in the box a lot too. So they got to work and they got to communicate together. So we're always going to constantly work together and just feed off of each other for that matter.